Hello everyone, Asta here, and today we find ourselves back in Caesarea, south of Britain and north of Montour, in this little tower here, which is the Tower of Mongar. Climbing it up, there are quite a few floors, but we will find a mysterious crystal ball, and clicking on it, we will be embarking on the next step of our adventure. So don't do it accidentally. Before you do it, be sure that you have all the gear you need and that you can take quite a few fights without many issues. Because by doing so, you will be transported to the city of Skara Brae. Just a second here. And in Skara Brae, which is an isolated map that you can't recall out of until you are done with the whole quest. It's a little self-contained city with many dungeons and secrets to find. Let me see what we have here. We have a wanted poster that gives us some context for the story. You are trapped in Skara Brae, regardless of the rumor that it was destroyed in Caesarea. It seems that Mungar has moved his village into the void for his own nefarious purposes. You can only assume that if you can find Mungar and defeat him, then you find a way to escape this void. To do that, you will need to explore and talk to any unusual citizens, searching the dungeons for clues, secret doors, or magic mouths that may prove helpful in your quest. You may slay powerful creatures that will drop chests on the floor you can use to acquire more clues or treasure. Keep an eye out on your quest log, as it will show you the steps accomplished. You feel a bit thirsty now, however, so you might want to get some wine in the cellar behind the tavern of the Scarlet Bard. So let's search for this tavern. I don't have everything in here committed to memory. I've done this a few times in the past, and it always takes me a few hours. Here we have the Scarlet Bard, and let's search for the bank. For the bank is right here. Let's search for the cellar. In the cellar we have an entrance with a bunch of bottles and everything, but the important thing is to use the secret passage right here and see where it takes us. I compiled a few notes to help guide me along. The early combat shouldn't be too difficult for Victoria, because she's quite well geared at this point. But still, it's good to be careful. Let's move out and see what we find. I am not going to be facing those extremely weak mobs, but even here in the very first dungeon you can see that there is a kraken, which can be tricky to deal with if you don't have ranged weaponry. Most of those enemies are what you would find in a newbie dungeon, so this cellar dungeon is what you would use to gear up if you came here very early in your adventures. Which is not recommended by any means, but totally possible. Look at that, a whole lot of people in here. that one of the enemies' head was using stealth. Oh, here it is. It didn't manage to steal anything from us, but it's always good to check. I'm just seeing how many things I can aggro very irresponsibly here. Maybe we should be on the other end of this. Again, I don't have this thing committed to memory, so it will take me a few hours to get through the whole thing. And I will separate it in smaller episodes as needed. This entire quest is based on a very old game called The Bard's Tale. So if you're familiar with it, it's going to be much easier to understand what the clues are. I've played it as a kid and don't really remember much of it, but with a whole lot of trial and error I managed to get through this thing. Yeah, let's clear this room. This is a very nice little dungeon. There's so many enemies here. Let's see what this guy took from us. Oh, remove trap ones. Can't have that. Sorry. And of course this place involves going through many dungeons, so you might have a lot of lucky trapdoor finds in here. We are mostly concerned with gold at this point. We have 140k, we need 20k more. Is there anything for us to find in this end? Just trapdoors. The schematics of a small ship. That's nice. I guess that this is a way that a character, a rat, could get themselves into a boat. I was sure I have a few keys with me. Not much. Let's keep searching. There is one small door in here, but I have no idea how to get to that there at this moment. Anything else around this place? No. So let's check this last big room in here. And if we don't find anything, we'll go to the other end. Maybe this involves going all the way around. Yeah, this series will involve an awful lot of trial and error. This here's more, yes. So now go all the way around. Into this place. That will lead us to the sewers. Sewers are not exactly my favorite tile set in this game. But we have to brave them. This is an important map because it holds the tower that you have to go to at the very end. But we are nowhere near that place yet. Let's go all the way down, pull a few monsters that we can one shot on our way back. And check the trapdoors we found along the way. We found a fancy painting and a statue of Pegasus, which looks nice, but it's a bit too heavy for us at this point. Another trapdoor on the lower floor. Let's hope we get there in some. And it's most definitely not this way. We have to fault that place of using this staircase in there. All of these initial dungeons are very easy, but it scales up rather quickly. Treasure map, let's take it. When now finished macroing my actual treasure hunter, I did a few things to test her up. And on the very first attempt she got an artifact. Curiously it was the same piece that Victoria is using. She won't be using it for long, but it was a good omen of things that are to come for my little drow. Enemies don't seem to be too trigger happy in here. But as you can see, there's a glowing face on the wall. Let's approach it. And it says, "Know this, a man called Tarjan, thought by many to be insane, has through wizardly powers proclaimed himself a god in Skara Brae 100 years ago. Perhaps the cult in town knows of this." So now we know this name. I would recommend you writing it down if you are not very familiar with this quest line yet. Or you can always check your quest log, which is in the help session and quests. And it should be in here somewhere. Learned about the mad god Tarjan. And since we can't really recall in this place, there will be a lot of running back and forth in the series, unfortunately, and there isn't much I can do about that. But since the enemies are not very dangerous in here, it isn't much of a problem. And we are almost out. I believe, where was it? Oh, it was up there. In terms of the character that you should bring here, I would hold up until we can at least clear challenging dungeons very comfortably. If... Oh, trapdoor. If you can't deal with a high number of mages and very extended fights, then this place is probably not for you yet. Consecrated sharpening stone. Let's take it. And let's trigger a bunch of traps apparently. We found something that looks very suspicious, but apparently is an alchemy flask. The Elemental Titans book. And a repairing potion that we will keep. Now we go back to the city. The talking head on the wall mentioned that perhaps the cult in the city would know something about Tarjan. Oh, sorry if my dog is being loud in the background. He doesn't really like the washing machine. I'm not very sure why, but he has very strong opinions about it. Now let's try to get back. You could of course explore this whole thing and see what else it holds for you. But Victoria is a bit too strong for that. Now we need to search for a quote, which is easy enough to find as it's in the Mad God Temple. And upon approaching, you have to say the name that you found in the sewers, Tarjan, and talk to the NPC. And he says, "So Victoria, you have learned the true name of the Mad God. His disciples grow every day. Soon he, we will be a powerful voice to call upon, and he will be free. He will free us from this prison Mangar has woven. Those that truly worship Tarjan do so deep within the catacombs. Take this key and seek enlightenment in the catacombs below. So now we have a key, and we need to find the catacombs, which might take us a bit until I remember where it is. This isn't precisely a guide on how to do those things because I don't have them committed to memory, but if you follow along, you will do fine. There's a thief's temple, which looks fancy. The catacomb. Oh, it's right behind this place. I will just make a quick break to give some food to my dog, so he might calm down a little bit. Be right back. So I'm back, and right off the gate we found ourselves a trapdoor. And in it, another treasure map, strange scroll. Let's see that strange scroll. There was a mad god that left the ruins of Skara Brae in Caesarea. That's ominous. Let's see, where do we have to go from here? We will take that key, thank you. Yeah, let's take the scenic route just to showcase a little bit of it. There are some places that I still remember how to do, but I might make a few detours to show some of the layouts of the dungeons. But in here I will just go to the next floor. Quite a lot of people in here. I played a bit with my light settings to don't let the whole thing be too bright all the time. I just wanted to drink, didn't want to pick it up. So let's go ahead. If you are not very confident in your character yet, you should probably be clearing everything as you go. In case you need to run back, you have a safe route. But I think that Victoria is fine. Okay, let's clear this up. We have to kill that spectre there, but I would rather not do it while I'm turn 20 other undead facing me. So let's back up. The bosses have a whole lot of more health than the average monsters, but they are not too difficult to deal with. If you just take it slow, you will be fine. We got the Spectre's box. Hold on. Let's see in our options here. Grid loot in normal container. Now finding the body of the Spectre will be difficult since we closed it. And I think that there are way too many enemies around for us to actually find it. Let's hope it spawned in here somewhere. No it didn't. So we probably need to log back in to see the... Oh no, it's there. The remains of Ace. Because we are supposed to open this thing. But there might not have been enough space for it to spawn. Yes, we did it. You have obtained the eye from the slain spectre, and the box has a key with a dragon symbol on it. Scribbled parchment claims it to be the Eye of Tarjan. Now, let's get out of this place. There's a whole lot of things that you could explore here for more gear and so on. But I am not speedrunning this thing, I'm just making it at a reasonable pace. Now we have a key and we need to go to our next dungeon, which is reasonably easy to find. Sometimes you will get lost, and that's part of the experience. So obviously I'm going to spoil everything in here, but if you are stuck, it might be good to check this video out and figure out what you are missing. Here we have Harkin's Castle. That we insert the key that we just found. Inside here there will be a slightly scary enemy, but nothing that we can deal with. A grey dragon. Now we have the dragon's box. You found a rusty key that was around the grey dragon's neck. Perhaps it can be used in the nearby door. We could take the skull to celebrate, but yeah, let's take it. Let's continue and use the key in this door. and keep exploring. This green dungeon is slightly large and it's where the game starts to be a bit difficult. It's a good benchmarking tool if you can't get past the green dragon. You're going to have a bad time. Let's bring her with us. I was also thinking about making a samurai character, but it's very tempting to just slap Bushido on every melee build and chivalry together. But we have played those characters for years and I don't want to do that anymore. So I'll think of something else to make it different. Here you can see that the monsters are getting slightly tougher, the enemies. And there are quite a few chests, but what we care about is Harking's treasure chest. You found a silver square and a crystal sword. You need all three silver shapes to obtain the silver key to Mangar's chamber door. When you have all three, seek the golden skull and use it to place the shapes upon it. The swords look strong enough to shatter crystal sculptures, which is foreshadowing. Now we continue in this place for a while longer, so let's explore it. Look at how many people are in here. There's a whole adventuring party that you have to face. Of course you can try to be careful and aggro them one at a time and so on. Give me back my my nightship book. Those freaking thieves, man. Let's see if they stole anything else. Doesn't look like it. Third, there's a few different tile sites in this place, but I quite like this castle thing that they have going for it. The green walls also make for nice lighting. Oh, a fire giant. Why can't I cast them? Oh yeah, this book wasn't in the right place. We also apparently ran out of removed traps from our wand, so once Bannon is gone, we will recast it. Stone statues, those are can be very annoying. Mostly because they stun you. I will move my microphone to the other side just to make sure it has enough battery. And I think we are good to go. This looks like a radioactive shirt, which is very interesting. This room has a very interesting design. If you go too fast, you will be swamped by enemies in here. Of course, the spawns are somewhat random, so I got lucky and got a very low level throw in the first, guarding the first staircase. But take your time, otherwise it can be messy. There's a demon in there. Looks like something that came out of Baldur's Gate as well. Okay, let's just double check the demon. Had nothing for us. The game seems to have frozen and automatically closed, which is interesting. Let's see if we can recover the recording once I restart it. Sorry for the screen going blank. I have no idea what just happened. Seems to be working fine. I will have to double check the logs after this is done. And coming all the way in the back, we find another room, another secret room. Is there something that we missed? I don't remember. But anyway, let's keep exploring. We might have missed something inside that big dungeon there. Douglas stole something from us. Which were probably our potions that we promptly took back. 584 gemstones. Huh?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, but it's they're it's potential. What is that? Yeah.
Let's keep exploring. Banotila. And up here, what will we find? Oh, it looks like my dog got stuck into my bedroom. I'm sorry, I will be back in a minute. I'm back. The dog doesn't understand the urgencies of the YouTube live. Now we go up and into the room to the right. There seems to be a lot of treasure here, but all that I ever found here was sadness. This monk is stunning me. Well, it's not stunning me anymore. Now we go this way and down to this big room filled with cells. And I have been stunned again by the blow of the stone god statue. One of the interesting things about this game is that there's even like a jester class that you can play. And in here, in this middle section, you find another secret passage. But as I was saying, there's a jester that you can play that uses psychology and bagging as the base skills for their special attacks. And now we go to this giant demon. We put the mysterious eye into the statue, it spawns. And now we kill Tarjan. I think we should use the greed loot thing again. I mean the not greed loot thing again. To open the Tarjan's box. We found a key with a symbol of a unicorn on it, along with a magical book of items. And what else do we find? So this is one of the reasons why you would run Skara Brae in the first place, is to get those chests of relics. Let me read through this. You have obtained a chest with powerful items of your choice. You are able to select as many items as the chest has charges. Once the charges are used up, your chest will vanish. When you make a selection, the item will appear in your bag. Some chests provide additional attributes to items such as layer properties or skill enhancements. Each item will appear with a number of points you can spend to enhance your item. This allows you to tailor the item to suit your style. To begin, single-click the items and select Enchant. A menu will appear that you can choose which attributes you want the item to have. Be careful, as you cannot change the attributes once you select it. And there's like pretty much every base type in the game, and you can choose one of them to be added to your collection. I'm a bit annoyed at not seeing Victoria's face, so I think I'll get us a circlet. And in here we got the circlet of the Mad God. It has alchemy, which is not great, and magic resist, which is indeed great. And a bunch of enchantment points. It has only 100, so it will probably not be a considerable upgrade from our helm, considering that we have to deal with the resists on it. Oh no, we already had good resists, but now we can see Victoria's beautiful face again. Let's get the 6 cold and 6 poison resist on it that we are missing. And I put 6 points in the wrong one. Hooray me. And this should get us capped once we unequip and re-equip the item. And now we have 64 more points to customize it. All that this had going for it really was swing speed increase. But we are hitting very fast already. I think we'll go for hit chance, so we can get all the way up to 32. And with 4 points remaining, I'll put 2 levels of self-repair so we don't have to worry about its durability anymore. But look at that, we already have an upgrade. And now we can make the long trip out of this place and back into the city. But I think that I'll just take us to the city and end this episode here. Doing the whole thing in one go would be difficult due to my voice not lasting that much in a single attempt. Oh no, we came to the wrong place. Let's go all the way back once again. There's lots of stuff that you can explore in here. There's a whole section in the upper left that could give you more items and more stuff. But I am concerned that I will run out of voice before if we start doing that. Got a great quiver, the times of Minax, nice book. Yes, that eats 2 whole watermelons. Yeah, that's it from this place. There's a bank in here that you can access to store your stuff between your sessions. So theoretically, it could be taking everything that you find in here. I don't just for convenience and because I don't want the videos to take like to be 5 hours long. If you find out that you are in Skara Brae and your character just isn't strong enough to deal with the enemies, unfortunately the only way to get out is to use the admin account and teleport your character out. There are instructions in how to use it on the books, on the documents that tells you how to install the game. And once you are in an admin character, you can just type help info and it will show you all the commands that you can use and you can read about them and figure out what you need to do some teleporting around. It's not hard and it's good to know in case you need to fix something with your character. I really wish we had a white cloak for her, because the robe's looking really nice, but it doesn't really vibe with the light brown cloak that she has going. If you take too long exploring the dragon will respawn, and that's something to consider. And now we got past the green tower. The next one is the blue tower, which is right here. Kiliaran's tower. But we will leave that for the next episode, as I need to rest a little bit, but shouldn't take too long. Hope you had a good time, hope you learned something about how to navigate Skara Brae. I'm sorry that this isn't a very structured guide, but could still be helpful. Thank you for joining me, hope to see you in the next time. Bye bye.